Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. You see them everywhere, from the city square to Parliament House, from shopping centres to our living rooms. Nothing says Christmas more than a decorated tree standing glittering and tall. For some, this has to be a newly cut pine tree. Fragrant needles perfuming the air with nostalgia. For others, the trusted and loved artificial tree is unboxed and decorated in an impressive display, while the more daring take a less traditional approach, perhaps a wooden construction or a painted silhouette. There are many traditions surrounding Christmas, but perhaps you, like me, wonder where this strange tradition of the tree comes from. Over the past millennia, across many cultures and religions, the Chinese, Greeks, Romans, Vikings, Celts, and Anglo-Saxons decorated their houses with evergreen branches or twigs during winter. The green leaves became a symbol of immortality and, in the cold and the dark and the snow, a promise of the coming spring when new life would bud and grow. But the tradition of the Christmas tree is much more recent. The first documented cases occurred in Germany and Livonia, now Estonia and Latvia. In the 1400s in Germany, guild houses put up decorated trees and gave out gifts to poor children. By the early 1500s, families would bring trees inside their homes, decorating them with apples, pastries, and nuts. Martin Luther, the famed reformer, is said to have started the tradition of hanging lit candles on the tree. German migrants brought the tradition to Canada and the US in the 1700s, but it didn't really take off until the 1800s, largely due to Queen Victoria and Prince Albert. During Victoria's childhood, a Christmas tree was a much-loved tradition, and Albert was German, so each year they erected a tree for their growing family. In 1848, an engraving of Queen Victoria, Prince Albert and their children gathered around the Christmas tree was published in the Illustrated London News. From then on, the Christmas tree went viral in Britain and beyond. So why then did Germans begin bringing cut evergreen trees into their homes to celebrate Christmas? That comes from a miracle play, which is a reenactment of biblical stories. This particular play, performed on Christmas Eve, highlighted the story of Adam and Eve. The play included a fir tree decorated with apples and later with communion wafers and nuts to represent the infamous tree of knowledge in the Bible. On Christmas Eve, people would bring this paradise tree into their homes. It's likely this was combined with the Christmas light tradition of wooden pyramids with candles and nuts to represent the light Jesus brought into the world at the first Christmas. So, the Christmas tree has a rich tradition of families celebrating and sharing. It is a reminder of the Christian hope for immortality and the promise of new life in winter, the darkest time of year in the Northern Hemisphere, and a reminder of the Christmas message that God sent His Son into this fractured world full of both great wonder and terrible greed, of altruism and the violence of war, that through Him He'd bring healing, light, and new life. Tell us in the comments, what sort of tree you've got at your place? Plastic? White? A real pine tree? Or join our discussions in Discord, where you can see different trees and decorations from the community.